Once, while dining with my friends, I decided to bring up the topic of self love. To my surprise, they immediately began to share their own misconceptions about it. They believed that self love equated to selfishness, pursuing perfection, indulging in endless shopping, and neglecting one's responsibilities. In their minds, it meant becoming self centered and prioritizing personal desires without considering the needs of others. Another common misconception they held was that self love relied on external validation, such as seeking praise, compliments, or approval from others. Jack, one of my friends, wondered if practicing self love would magically make him feel confident and happy all the time. On the other hand, Mark believed that achieving a certain level of success or finding the perfect relationship would be the key to attaining self love. I took a moment to address the misunderstanding and said, let me clear up some misconceptions about self love, shall we? I asked them to imagine being on an airplane and suddenly those little oxygen masks drop down from above. Then I pointed out an essential instruction: put your own mask on first before assisting others. I asked, why is this rule? Well, the simple truth is you cannot help anyone else if you are struggling to breathe yourself. That is precisely what self love is all about. Self love is not being flawless, it is about embracing your quirks and imperfection and still appreciating yourself. Have you ever seen a plant grow? It does not shoot up overnight. It takes time, care, and patience. Self love is like that. It is not a finish line, it is the journey of helping yourself grow a little more every day. Think about eating your favorite treat. Yum, right? But if you eat treats all day, every day, you start feeling pretty sick, right? Self love is treating yourself kindly but also making choices that keep you healthy and happy in the long run. Imagine wearing an outfit you love. Now imagine everyone else does not like it. Would you still wear it? If yes, then that's self love. It is valuing your opinion of yourself more than what others think. Remember in your childhood learning to ride a bike? You fell, you scraped your knees. It wasn't all sunshine, but you kept at it because you believed in yourself. Self love is cheering for yourself even when things get tough, just like you did with that bike. Curiosity picked. My friend asked me to share some real life stories about people who embraced self love. I welcomed the opportunity and began to explain the concept using a simple analogy. Self love is like tending to a garden within yourself, much like how flowers need care and nurturing to bloom, so do we. It is about showing kindness, understanding, and patience to your own mind, body, and soul. Embracing your imperfections, celebrating your strengths, and becoming your own best friend are essential steps on this self love journey. Only then you can truly flourish and spread positivity to those around you. One of those stories was about Sarah, a young woman who had grappled with low self esteem for years. Sarah's days were filled with self comparison, which left her feeling inadequate and unworthy. But one fateful day, she decided it was time for a change. She chose to shift her perspective and actively practice self love. Instead of fixating on her perceived flaws, she began to acknowledge her strengths and past achievement. Sarah embarked on a journey of self comparison, treating herself with the same care and understanding she would offer to a dear friend. She pursued activities that brought her genuine joy and made an effort to surround herself with supportive individuals. As time passed, something beautiful happened. Sarah's confidence started to blossom and she began to exude a radiant positivity that touched those around her. Through her journey, Sarah came to a profound realization: self love was not a selfish act, it was a fundamental requirement for her own well being and happiness. Embracing self love had transformed her life, enabling her to appreciate and accept herself just as she was. Then there was Nisha, a teenager girl who constantly compared herself to the seemingly perfect image on social media. She felt pressure to look a certain way and be popular to fit in. Struggling with self doubt, Nisha started feeling isolated and unhappy. One day she stumbled upon an inspiring self love blog. Nisha decided to give it a try and began practicing self compassion. She reminded herself that everyone has imperfections and that's what makes them unique. Instead of seeking validation online, she focused on her passions like painting and writing, which brought her genuine joy. Embracing self love, Nisha started appreciating her individuality and loving herself for who she truly was. As Nisha's self love grew, her perspective on friendships changed too. She stopped trying to be someone. Instead, she attracted like minded friends who accepted her for her authentic self. Through self love, Nisha learned that her worth was not defined by likes or followers but by her own self acceptance. It was not always easy, but she found strength in being true to herself, and that made her feel more connected and content than ever before. Another story was about Alex, a hard-working man who faced constant pressure to meet society's expectations. He sacrificed his well being for others' approval, neglecting his own needs and dreams. One day he stumbled upon the concept of self love and decided to give it a shot. Alex started setting boundaries and saying no when he felt overwhelmed. He began to pursue his passion like playing guitar without worrying about what others thought. As Alex embraced self love, his stress decreased and his confidence soared. He found a healthier balance between work and personal life, discovering that loving himself was not selfish. It made him more compassionate and understanding towards others too. Self love also had a significant impact on Alex's relationships. As he learned to appreciate himself, he attracted people who respected and valued him for who he was. His friendships became deeper and he found a loving partner who appreciated his authenticity. Through self love, Alex transformed his life and becoming a happier and more fulfilled version of himself. Then there was Mr. Johnson, an elderly gentleman who had always been self critical throughout his life. He often felt that he had not accomplished enough and dwelt on past regrets. As he entered his golden years, these negative thoughts weighed heavily on him, affecting his happiness. One day he met a wise man who shared the importance of self love. Then Mr. Johnson decided to give it a chance. He started acknowledging his life's achievements, big and small, and forgave himself for past mistakes. Instead of dwelling on what he could not change, he focused on cherishing the present moment and nurturing his hobbies like gardening and storytelling. Embracing self love, Mr. Johnson found a newfound peace within himself. As self love blossomed in Mr. Johnson's heart, he noticed the positive impact on his relationships with family and friends. He became more patient and understanding, offering a listening ear and gentle advice when needed. By accepting and loving himself, he opened his heart to accepting and loving others too. Mr. Johnson realized that self love was not just a concept for the young but a lifelong journey. It allowed him to savor life's simple joy, embrace his age gracefully, and pass on valuable life skills and lessons to his loved ones. Through self love, Mr. Johnson found contentment and a sense of fulfillment in his elder years. So, self love is vital for a happy life. It reduces self criticism and nurtures mental health. It boosts confidence, empowers us to pursue our goals, and helps us in forming healthy relationships. Self love fosters personal growth, reduces jealousy, and leads to inner peace and happiness. Imagine waking up and giving yourself a genuine smile in the mirror, acknowledging your humanity and embracing your flaws. Throughout the day, you will feel lighter, handle challenges with grace, and know that you are capable. Self love helps in setting healthy boundaries and effective communication in relationship. You no longer seek validation from others because you have validated yourself. This confidence attracts positive people into your life. It also sparks personal growth, making you pursue your passions and stop comparing yourself to others. Self love liberates you from jealousy and discontentment and bring inner peace. Finally, I shared the stories of Lisa, a determined woman who found self love through a YouTube channel, and Maya, an ambitious individual who discovered self compassion through journaling. Both embraced their uniqueness, nurtured their well being, and saw improvement in their lives and relationships. So, the journey of self love and personal growth is an exciting adventure where you become the hero. It starts with self acceptance, leads to self belief, helping you overcome challenges and embrace personal growth. As you continue, you will witness transformation, gain confidence, and find fulfillment from within. It is a journey worth embarking on, filled with self compassion and authenticity.